Welcome everyone, it's Fury22 here, and today, welcome in another tutorial. This is gonna be part 2 of Fireball tutorial. So yeah, first of all, as always, check the designuis.com website and our community tutorials over here. We got UI tutorials, programming tutorials. For now, I'm working on those tutorials with another guy who is just making the website, but there will be more people working on the tutorials, so we want to create some bigger community, so definitely check this and subscribe my channel. Yep, so let's go in here. If you haven't watched my previous videos, then obviously go and do this, because without it you're not gonna be able to figure out what I'm doing now. And in the last video I was struggling with the particles that don't work, and I didn't know why. It's because I typed particles instead of particles. So yeah, this is our project. I'm just starting from the point that we finished in the last video, so not a big deal. Yep. So what we got here is our level with the swords, whatever. And I just want to show you quickly what we did last video. We created Fireball entity over here, and as you can see, it's over here. And it's not only particle entity, it's our Fireball itself. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna give it a little bit more functionality. We got this FX over here, obviously. But as you remember, we're gonna try now to attach it to the player's hand. So we're gonna see what we are doing when we're picking up weapon. So it should be somewhere here, the pickup function, player pickup item. Okay, because I don't remember this project, to be honest. Okay, add to inventory. Okay, that's the function. So target item, attach child. Yeah, okay, so this is no use for us. Okay, we're gonna do something different. I'm not gonna be attaching this or applying this fireball to the inventory system of ours. Figure out yourself. I already showed you a lot of that stuff, and I'm sure this is really enough to create something like this. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to get our fireball and give it to the player's hand. So what we can do in here, we could go with yeah, let's say on the beginning of the game we're gonna just give it to the player. So my methods, void give item, or yeah, give oh shit. So I'm just thinking, should I create some yeah, okay, let's do this. What I'm gonna do is attach to hand, and let's go with the string over here, and it's gonna be item name. Yep, that's it. We're gonna create definition over there. I don't like it, and yeah, it should be somewhere here. If you can see the green stuff over there, you can easily spot this function. Attach to hand. The way to attach this stuff to player's hand is, slightly it's not not really complicated. It's not really complicated because it has already been done in the projects of, Crytek. So it should be really straightforward, to be honest. And yeah, what I'm doing now, just don't worry, bear with me a moment. Just okay. Sorry, it wasn't done by Crytek because they did it completely different way. They used they used character to attach weapon, which is ridiculous. But I'm just gonna find my my game code and find the way I did it, and I'm gonna find attach to hand function. Okay, I got it. So the way we have to do this is we're gonna go I character instance shit p character instance get entity get character on the 0 slot, because this is where our player is attached. And now this is character instance. It allows you for many cool stuff that you can do in CRYENGINE. So with the character of the player. So if character instance, so you have to check this just because, as always, we don't want it to crash. So I attachment system manager, sorry, not system manager, it's gonna be p attachment manager. Here goes character instance, attachment manager. Yep, that's it. We're also gonna check if this is true. I know. As you remember, Crytek's template character already has bone attachment that is called weapon. I'm gonna show it later, but just trust me on this one. So we're gonna just find this attachment. So it's gonna be a attachment. I always call it p-att. So attachment manager. Shit. Get interface by name, and it's gonna be called weapon. So now if attachment is if the attachment is found, then we can obviously use it. And so yeah, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna create new attachment, which is entity attachment. P and attachment entity, let's call it like this, and this is going to be new entity attachment. That's all we need to do, and then we go you're gonna grab this p attachment entity and set entity ID. Set entity ID. And so item ID. We don't have this property just yet. I'm gonna create it later. And p attachment add binding. P attachment entity. That's pretty much it. So what it does, it pretty much attaches whatever you want to the player's bone attachment. In this case, it's called weapon. It's extremely easy and simple to create attachments in CRYENGINE in character tools. I'm gonna show it probably in these videos because it's fucking simple. You can create whatever you want to be attached to the player's hand or fucking head or even, I don't know, back, like swords on the back. That's a very cool feature. So what we're gonna do here is item ID. Obviously we're gonna find the item, and the way to do this is entity item environment entity system get entity. Sorry, no, I fucked up. The way to do this is pretty much we have to go once again here environment. As far as I remember, it was core extension. Was it? Yeah, query extension. No. Game object extension or just wait a bit because I forgot that one. Gonna dig a little bit here. I completely forgot that stuff. I've been working on my game for a while, and this is like absolutely and completely different from this. So just give me a second. And it was somewhere here. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna change this because I forgot that we want to also create this entity. So I forgot that this function will not. Okay, let's go entity ID item ID. Okay, I changed it because obviously I could keep it like it was before, but I would have to, in this function, I would have to spam the, you know, the fireball itself, which is like it's bullshit because it's attached to hand. So the way we're gonna do this in here is, yep, it was. We're just gonna change it entity ID item ID. Okay. So I entity p entity g environment as I did before entity system get entity and item ID, and it's cool. Now if here, and if p entity is true, then all of this will happen, and you're gonna see it later anyway. So yeah, this is attached to hand. If you want to attach it to back, you create another attachment on the back and you attach it to the back. If you want to detach this, whatever you attach to the hand, you go with this p attachment and clear binding. That's it. Oh shit. Yeah, it's gonna completely remove whatever is attached to this attachment. So yeah, this is attached to the hand function, but obviously once our player is spammed and stuff like this, we obviously want to we're gonna give this fireball to him, right? So it's not only attaching this fireball to player's hand. It's also, you know, it's also giving it to the or spamming this in the game world. So yeah, let's go in here. So you can wait. What the heck was that? In here only. Just searching for this at health. Yeah, if you remember from this project in player CPP, it has something like here. If it doesn't have any weapon, then we're gonna create a weapon, and we're gonna just remove this from here. this is the way it's going to just create simply. Um, Obviously, we could like, we could also go here. No, okay. Instead of this, yeah, we're gonna create this web. We can do like create fireball something, but we already have something like this over here. Oh, I think I already showed you how to do something like attaching this to hand, because I can see it here. Shit, that's awesome. We already have this function. I forgot. Yup, we already have function that does this old stuff for us. So yeah, shit, that's awesome. So we're just gonna do this, and that's it. And wait a second, get ID, weapon entity. Right, awesome. So yeah, that's what we're gonna use. So yeah, I thought it's gonna be more difficult than this. Okay, so instead of sword, we're gonna go with the fire ball, and this is taken from here. So the way to do what this function does originally is create weapon. It get the spam params. You give it class, which is name of the class that we give is fireball. We spam it like this. That's the line that spam the entity. Then we go. We check if this, object extension actually exists, and then we attach it to the hand. So yeah, we're gonna run the game now and see whether this can actually do the job for us. It might crash even. You never know. I'm a little bit ill recently, so forgive me my voice or whatever. Okay, it compiled properly. So I'm gonna see what it does now. If our player gonna have this attached to the hand. I'm not sure though, because even if he has it, then see, we're gonna just check this out if it's been properly spammed over here. Okay, let's see this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to editor of our project, C++ tutorials. And see our player character tool, if he's got the attachment that is right for him. So we are using third person. Where is the attachment? So we're gonna need this. We have barrel out, we have weapon attachment. It's over here. Creating attachments is extremely simple. You go here, add, let's say, I don't know, spell. Let's call it spell. Okay, let's just call it spell. That's it. You got this. Gonna attach it to the joint itself. Is gonna be right. Right hand itself. It's also the same for this one. It's also attached to the right hand, I guess. Yeah, it is. So that's how you create geometry. You don't need this or anything else. So That's it. If you want this to be moved somewhere else, obviously you have different models, so you might want this attachment to be somewhere else. You can create attachments on the back and then access them from C++. Okay, great. So we have this attachment of ours. We're gonna call it spell attachment. Let's save this. And this attachment is over here. Yeah. So let's go and put it somewhere like that, maybe. Yeah. Save it once again. I'm gonna just see what happens in C++. It most likely is being created, but I'm just gonna see. You know, obviously, this should just. Okay, so now I know why our spell is not being attached, because this function is not being even called. So, not sure why, so just let's fuck this. Just fuck this and let's let's just when the hell can we do this? We can create it over here. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's go with create weapon fireball. And now I'm gonna see if this function is actually being called at all. If it is, then we're gonna go from there. That's the way to, you know, build the game. You are just all the time checking out this stuff, debugging it over and over again. Yeah, it is being called now. So let's go in here. Is it still being called or not? Yeah, it is being called. See if it's being attached. Yes, it is being attached. So unless there are some problems with, yeah, we got our fireball attached to the player's hand. Obviously this model doesn't show us much, but you already have fireball over here, right? It's quite cool. So oh, as I said before, we created our attachment, so we can use it. Actually, we can use spell attachment. Why not? It should be you're probably not gonna notice this even, but you know, it's gonna be almost at the same position like the weapon, maybe just slightly further away. Yeah, so we got our spell. What we want now, we want this spell to be shut out. We want to actually, you know, have this fireball of yours. We want actually this to be somehow interactive. You want to shoot it out, obviously. Okay, I'm just going too far with this. Yeah. So, yeah. What we're going to do now, we're going to go to fireball.h and wait a second. We have yeah, right. We have request fire. Then why the heck can't we use this, right? We have bullet position and rotation. Okay, we can use this. Yep, here, put it in the fireball.cpp. Yeah, there is a declaration of it. That's our definition. I like to have post initializing always on the top. So, the spamming bullet for it, which is also fireball bullet, is something we're gonna do later. First of all, we're gonna just call this function at all. So the way to do this is just simple. We're gonna go to player input, and do we have shut function? Yes, we do. This original function, I did not create this. Yes, Barrel out is also attachment from the character tool that I showed you before. You could see it over there, and this is where the bullets are being spammed and pushed away from the player, or getting the impulse. So if the weapon is a player has the weapon, then just use this and spam bullet. Or no, sorry, not spam bullet. It's just requesting fire from player. Yes, it finds the weapon and it requests fire. We can create our own function, but since we are using templates from the CRYENGINE, then we're gonna just use what we have. Obviously, this is very simple. It's extremely simple function. So it's getting the weapon, checks if the player has any weapon, current weapon, obviously, and this function creates somewhere here. Yeah, current weapon. You see, when the weapon is spammed, in our case it's a fireball, then it attaches something to hand, and this current weapon is being filled up. So, and this one checks it, and character, obviously, blah blah blah. And barrel out attachment. This is the same line that I use, for example, in here. Here, those lines are equal. Yeah, this one and that one. Get interface by name, and here also get interface. Just attachment. It checks the attachment itself. If it's true, if it's found, then bullet origin. This is taking the position and rotation of the attachment, because you want this bullet to be shot in the front of the player, or not. You want this bullet to go right or left, right? So it's getting the absolute of the world absolute of it. So rotation, position, orientation, stuff like this. Actually, as it says, it's quaternion. So weapon, request fire. That's what it does. So for now, what I'm gonna just do is I'm gonna just go with the fucking cry log always. See if it works. Fireball. So if this is being called, then we obviously have half of our job behind. Shit. That was just some noise here. Don't be worried about this. I'm still alive. Shit. My microphone is getting fucked up. Okay. So as you can see, when I press the mouse button, is spam in the console fireball, 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 whatever, you can see over here. So it works. So we don't have to create the shoot function or whatever, because it's already being in play. So what we have to do now, when we request fire, you can, even if you want to help yourself, you can go to Riffle from Crytek and see what they do here. See, they have the same function, request fire, and it spams bullet, and bullet code is over here. But in our case, we're gonna use this just to look how they did this, and we're gonna create something similar, but we're not gonna create bullet itself. Not this kind of bullet. What we actually need is, oh wait a second, I just want to see something. Yes, it already has. So yeah, it has material, bullet, blah blah blah, and all this stuff. And those bullets are quite big, right? But we're going to do something slightly different, although it's similar. Slightly different, but similar. We're gonna create our own bullet for the fireball to shoot those fireballs away. But it's already been half an hour of this video, so thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.